Hello, this is Peter from All-Inclusive Caribbean Cruises.net. Today I want to quickly share with you some of the available ports of departure for Caribbean cruises. Uh, if you're living in the US, you should be happy to know that there are several ports available from which you can actually sail to the Caribbean, whether it be the Eastern Caribbean, places such as Puerto Rico or St. Thomas, St. Martin, or the Western Caribbean to places such as Ocho Rios, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Belize City, or Cozumel, Mexico, or to the Bahamas, Nassau, or Freeport. There are several ports. If we can start all the way in New York. There is a cruise port in Manhattan from which you can sail. And then as we travel from New York down to Maryland, there's also the Baltimore cruise port. And from there we get the Norfolk cruise port in Virginia. And we continue south along the coast and until we get into South Carolina. There's a Charleston cruise port. Some of these ports offer limited sailings, but you can find a sailing. It depends largely on when you really want to sail. In addition to those ports, there are several in Florida. Florida is prolific in terms of the ports. As a matter of fact, it's the most popular state from which to sail to the Caribbean. So in Florida, we have several ports. We have a port in Jacksonville Cruise Port, and then as you continue south, you get into the Orlando area, or actually it's east of Orlando to the Cape Canaveral area. There's a Port Canaveral, and from there you get popular sailings, Disney, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. And then you go to Fort Lauderdale, and big cruise port with a lot of 7-day sailings. As a matter of fact, that's where you'll find the two biggest ships, cruise ships, Oasis of the Seas and Allure of the Seas. That's their port, and they sail to the Eastern and Western Caribbean. And those are Royal Caribbean ships, by the way. And then from Fort Lauderdale, we get into Miami, and Miami is considered to be the busiest. There's several cruises to the Caribbean, short cruises, long cruises, depends on what your taste is, what you feel for. And then as we leave from Miami and go up on the western side, we get to Tampa, and again you can find cruises with Carnival, Holland America, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity maybe, sailing out of Tampa. And then we leave Florida, head north, and we head towards farther west, Mobile, Alabama. Not doing much now in terms of cruising, but there's also a port there. And then we skip over to New Orleans and in Louisiana, and that's also becoming quite popular for Caribbean cruise sailings. And then finally we get into Galveston, Texas. And from Galveston, you can board a Royal Caribbean ship, Carnival ship. The Princess Cruise is also from Galveston. So if you notice, leaving all the way from New York in the northeast all the way over to the southwest, there are several ports. And so it should not be hard for you to find a cruise port from which to catch a sailing, whether it be a 3, 4, 5, or 7-day or even longer cruise sailing to some hot spots in the Caribbean. And trust me, if you have sailed to the Caribbean, you know what I'm talking about. It's really great to catch a cruise ship to the Caribbean. Until next time, this is Peter from All Inclusive Caribbean Cruises saying, have fun and see you on the high seas. Bye.